The autumn wind brings a pirate ship that frolics across the sea, that both common man and superfan ride upon with glee. It sets its sails on Sunday with a stool upon its mast, and that sounds the ring of the internet's king and a bristling black mustache. The autumn wind brings outlaws, misunderstood and feared, and blow for blow they'll vanquish foes while drinking down their tears. The world amazed, all singing praise with Casey Smith upon the stage. Dave and Dan, Dan and Dave.
Really? Ain't nobody care about Dan and Dave. It's prime time, baby.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Back here in New York for Week 13, Deion, Dan, Dave, I am Casey. And guys, I'm going to have to say, the fits on the show today are incredible. Dave's got the jersey, you've got the hat.
Good, ain't nobody cares.
I mean,
Yeah, I said, we have the Deion, you can't see it, in the side, wearing the old black Falcons
Right.
Fire jersey. And I actually like this so much. I'm going back to Miami after the show. I was debating whether I could pull this. Look at the chain, too.
You like it? I like the other.
It makes me
means
seem a
business
little
jersey,
bit cooler than I actually am, so I don't know if I can pull it off in public.
But I think you get the trump card of knowing Deion
Correct.
personally.
Right.
Like if you were pulling this off, you'd never met Deion before. It'd be
Right.
Like, dude, that's a try-hard move. Like, no, I'm just supporting my guy Deion.
Right. Yep. It's a fire. This is regardless. This is an all-time cool jersey. I'm surprised that I don't see it more in the street. And we did that. You were talking. We did that game with my with TikTok. Josh Richards. He's young on who he knows. He didn't know who you were, and there were a lot of people stunned. You were the number one. Like, how do you not know Deion?
That is. I know that is. Yeah, no idea.
Deion Sanders, prime time. He works for us on a pod, but arguably top 2 to 3 greatest athletes of all time.
Is that hurt? Is that hurt?
Yeah,
Not one bit.
He's
Not
19?
one bit.
Is he 19?
Yeah, he's a kid. He's been
He's
sheltered.
like 18, 19.
Yeah.
He's grown up with a silver spoon, I'm pretty sure.
Hurts a little.
No, he grew up a Canada. He was like that also. He's a Canada kid. But yeah, we forget. You just forget. Listen, I had a debate. There was a girl, she didn't know Pearl Jam. And then I was like, how do you not know Pearl Jam? She called the French. She's like, they're a dino band, right?
Yeah.
Like, ouch.
Well, all right, so here's the actual question. I've always wondered this. When you retire, you go on TV, so you at least keep your star out there. But was there a moment like 3, 4, 5 years after retirement, you're like, oh, it's a little different now? Like,
No.
I'm not.
I've always been a dude.
Okay, there you
But
go.
also,
Yeah, he is prime. He is prime.
Also,
He is prime.
also,
Would you expect him to say anything else?
No, I thought maybe like there was a moment when he, like 5 years after retirement, where it's like you're walking through an airport and no one said anything. You're like, what's going on here?
No, and also I will say the Josh Richards thing. Like, if you put it, you and I, there's nobody. He must not have just been huge sports because anybody who is as good as he was, we would know exactly who that.
That's
I don't care where that.
They-
He had
Did you watch the NFL
he had both
when you were
parents in
that
the
young?
garage.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about
Exactly.
what about friends that weren't that dude who played in the league?
That's tough.
Did you
But you
have
gotta
that talk
understand,
with them?
our-
You're like, hey man, it's too bad you're not that dude like me.
No, you got to understand, our game, you have helmets on. So
Right.
unless you're really significant, nobody knows.
That's what you did.
That's an
Ain't nobody care unless you're significant.
That's an absolute fact. That's something I think probably the truth. I know I've been out with who I would say are like very good football players. I'll get recognized quicker because we never
Who
had
used
the
to,
helmet.
wasn't it Emmett? Did Emmett used to take off his helmet right after he scored?
right after he scored.
Right after he scored.
But I
which is
mean,
genius.
you,
Yeah.
you spend most of your career in. It's not like Instagram and social media
Right.
today. We didn't have that.
Right.
Right.
So
Now
unless
everybody
you
knows
were
what they look
truly
like.
popular,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is no drug like it. That's what everyone says when they retire. It's like there's, that's why like boxers, we were talking about that, that's why they fight too long. There's nothing like it.
When you have a name on your shirt on the front that represents the team, and your name and a number, that's what you're identified for. People miss the name and the number. That's what they miss.
And that's what you've done well, prime.
How much of your, we're getting
Is that weird?
way off
Is it
track
weird?
here.
Okay,
but-
I just
All right.
realized like
All right.
prime, obviously prime time, but 21's not a prime number.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Divided by 3 or 7.
See, the difference is with numbers. Is I made that number prime.
No, prime number you can't divide by anything.
My question was going to be, he's
we
doing
didn't do
math
well
on
in
me.
We didn't do well in math.
What?
Didn't double check that one.
And I say this, and I'm very good way. Your personality from meeting you is far different than what I would have expected. How much of your entire prime was a media concoction on purpose?
It was on purpose. Everything was on purpose. I created him in a dormitory room at Florida State my sophomore year when I found out how much defensive backs made, and it was garbage back then. And I created the image and the persona and made it happen. The worst thing ever happened. Bob Costas, I say this because on this show we keep it 100, interviewed me when I was playing for the 49ers, defensive player of the year, all that. And I think he expected prime, and I showed up as Deion.
Oh.
Interview never aired. They never aired it.
They didn't even air it?
Never aired it because I didn't give them what they
You
wanted.
wanted prime.
Yeah, and weirdly, it's like an early internet, like the Barstool, the whole everything. We're talking to Jake Paul, what we do, but you had the persona. It is surprising. I mean, way more down to earth, and I get that all the time when we meet. It's like he's like a super nice guy and normal. No, not only that, knows what he's doing.
But
and
funny-
I mean that in terms of
But I get that
the
about you
production.
too, honestly. Like this guy, I said, no, dude, you gotta understand, this dude knows what I say.
Yeah, it's
he
crazy.
knows what he's doing. Trust me.
Yeah.
And that one over there too.
Story time with Deion. I like it. Yeah, no, prime. It is very similar to Barstool, where people will meet us. They're like, oh, he's not, some crazy. It's like, no, we just turn it up a little
Right,
bit.
yeah,
Turn it
yeah,
up.
right.
You know
Turn
where
it
the
up for
switch
the
is.
camera.
You know who knows what they're doing? It's your guy, Glenny Balls. He's back right now.
Oh yeah.
Lenny.
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is.
Lenny, I
Good
love the
balls,
caller. I love the caller. Where's the Glenny Balls line? I need my, where's my shirt?
Spring.
Oh, okay.
Spring
My
can't get
bad.
here soon enough.
Balls Beachwear,
Balls
right?
wear.
Balls
Balls
beachwear.
Balls beachwear. I'm sorry. I thought it was just balls wear.
Maybe you can get an exclusive Balls wear line. Okay, so we're looking at the records. Dave, you had a hell of a week last week.
14-2, right?
Wow.
13.
Dave was 14-2?
Yes,
Wait a
Dan was 9-6 and Deion
Bad.
was 11-4.
Just so I saw it was tweeted out from the account. It says 14-2.
It
Well,
might have been
we
because
get
no,
it.
there was a bye week, so
It
you couldn't have
been
gone
14
14.
account because they just played a game last night.
And then we had a
Yeah.
bye week too.
I'm just saying what I saw.
So is it 13 or 14?
I think there was bye weeks this week. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Whatever.
It's the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, Jamie told
What is
That
the
happened
account that
It's
tweets
14.
it out?
Yeah.
He said it's 14.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so it is.
Okay,
It's 14.
14.
So you can make
So
a
I'm
mistake
10
with, but you didn't
and
make a
6
mistake with me. You can make a mistake
that
with
was
Dave. Oh, no.
Well,
Deion,
I
you're
saw
I
12
it.
demand a
four.
recount.
No, that means you're 12-4. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
10
you.
and 6.
And Dan, you're
Thank
10
you.
and
What did they
6.
miss? They
Yay.
missed
They just
game?
missed the game last night.
Yeah,
Thank
there
you.
was the weird Wednesday afternoon.
Okay, yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
put
I
on.
feel better.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
better about that then.
So
Well,
we're all
that did me
over
no
100
good.
points.
Didn't matter because we all got.
Man, a recount.
How weird did it feel to you, Deion, watching that game yesterday in the
I
middle of
loved
the
it.
day?
Only thing I didn't love for the guys, now they got to turn around
Mm-hmm.
and put it back on. But they don't practice anymore anyway, so it don't matter.
That offense looked decent with RG3.
I couldn't.
You guys got
Similar.
Trace McSorley also able to move the ball.
Yeah, when they had when they had all the kids in at the end of the game.
Well, actually, no. I'll save it for my bold prediction. We'll get to it later.
All right, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get to the storyline games of the week for right now, though. We'll start with the Cleveland Browns at the Tennessee Titans. Now, both of these teams are 8-3. It's one of the best seasons for the Browns in a long time. And, Deion, I'm going to start with you because a lot of people are looking at Baker Mayfield right now to see if he can actually get a signature win. And the Tennessee Titans have played pretty well this year. What do you think?
The Tennessee Titans, they baffle me. You don't know which Tennessee Titans are coming to play. But what we do know, Derrick Henry is a grown man amongst boys. I interviewed him last week on 21st and Prime, and this guy here, and I absurdly picked against him after interviewing him, and I should have said, you got to be the dumbest guy in this world, to myself. This team here, he's the MVP to me of the league right now at this point in time. He has his team on his back single-handedly, and what he did last week, I guess it was a $176 was unbelievable. The Cleveland Browns will not stop him. There's no way in the world they would stop him. I'm going with the Titans. Defensively, they got to step their games up, and they did. I'm going with the Titans in this game.
Dave?
So the first little bullet point here says, are the Titans peaking at the right time? I would say unequivocally yes. Vrabel, whether last year they kind of peaked at the right time and were pretty dangerous in the playoffs, I like them right now. In my head, I was actually like, that's not a bad future bet. I don't know what they are to win the Super
Titans?
Bowl. Yeah.
You're right in the fact that I don't trust their defense still, but
If you
They're
beat
a
the
tough
Chiefs and you just
team.
pummel them with
Right,
the running
they're
game,
a tough team.
And they're a tough team. I feel like they're able to get them going at the right time. So I like them. I like them here, and they're a team to keep an eye on. Also, it's crazy the Browns do not have a statement win. This would be
Right.
one.
This
would change perceptions in the Browns. Big game, big game. This is actually a very good game to watch. I like the Titans, but I'll watch this game.
The Browns have that persona of like they can only beat bad teams. Like they have, I think, the third easiest schedule
they
in the
beat
NFL.
anybody good?
No, I don't
now.
think so. So this would be that, which is why it is like if Baker can get this win, then obviously people can get off of his back.
I think they're going to get the ball jammed down their throat.
They beat the Colts. So that's, a decent win. The Colts are a playoff team right now.
They're sea salty.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but they are a playoff team, so you'd have to throw that in there. I like the Titans in this game as well. Derrick Henry, Tractor Cedo season, when he does the week 12 on, I was saying this stat on Sunday, but week 1 through 11, he's played 50 games, had 22 touchdowns. Week 12 on, he's played 23 games, had 25 touchdowns. Guys don't want to tackle him in December and
The
November.
later the season, teams are already out of it. Why would you want to put your career in front of that guy?
Deion has him as the MVP right now. What do you guys think about that?
It's tough to win the MVP as a running back. You see it, the last time it happened was 2006 with LT, which he deserved it that year.
He's the most valuable player. That's what I mean by that. He's not the most valuable quarterback. There's a whole nother division. There's a most valuable quarterback, then there's most valuable player. That's the way the MVP stuff should go down.
So I disagree with that.
Why?
Because if you're saying most valuable player to their team, if you took Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers off of their respective teams,
Well, they're
I think
quarterback.
it'd fall apart.
They're
right away.
quarterback.
So just
you can't
that.
quantify that. They're
Okay.
quarterback.
There actually should be almost 2 awards.
Yeah.
Right. They
Like
really are.
quarterback award and then an MVP.
It really is. They have the MVP
So then-
and the most valuable offensive player. That's what they have.
Because I was going to say Aaron Donald would be in that conversation as well. Because
True.
if you took him off the Rams defense, that would fall apart very fast.
I mean, the MVP, as long as he's healthy right now, is going to be Mahomes.
Correct.
I mean, he's that much better than
What the NFL normally does is the offensive player of the year, then MVP.
Yeah,
They usually
MVP is the
split those-
quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right. It should be most important player.
So you're
most
saying
valuable.
you got Henry as the MVP or the offensive player?
He'll probably be the I think he should be the MVP, but it'd probably be the offensive player.
What do you think he would have to do to get the MVP in other people's minds? Just
Buck
keep
50,
having buck 50 every game?
Buck 50.
He's got to get 2,000 yards, right? That's kind of the mythical spot. Especially in today's NFL, that's very hard to get.
It's very hard to get.
Yeah.
But if he just runs all over people for the rest of the season, you think he could?
He
potentially-
should.
What are his stats right now?
Depends
I'll
what.
look it
I mean,
up.
if the Chiefs don't lose the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Looking up his
he's.
stats right now.
Yeah, I'm looking up his
Okay.
stats right now. I mean, he's been obviously incredible this year. He's incredible every year.
And he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. Dresses himself.
So right now he has.
Hairline, though.
Yeah, that the hair in the back.
What do you
right,
say?
Like how big is your helmet? Like he said it's like a triple X.
He's got 1,200 yards right now and 12 touchdowns. So I mean, what we got 5 games left. He's not going to get to 2,000, but if he got
Why would you say that?
1,200 yards, 5 games left, he would have to have what 100 and 200 yards a game, 175 yards a game, 175 yards a game.
No, I don't know if your math is accurate.
Pretty close.
I'm
More?
not even
Yeah, I
gonna
have
attempt
no
to fact
clue.
check that. I'm just
No
going to let it
clue.
slide. I don't have enough
He
juice
needs
for it.
800 yards.
175. No, that's right.
I have no
800
clue.
yards divided by 5. I'm gonna check my math right now, and I mean, you didn't know what a prime number.
Supplies. Blaney Balls. Where are you when we need you?
Yeah,
Seriously.
Glenny.
You can't just
160 yards a game.
be limited to a map, guy.
160 yards a game
You want me to do the math?
to get 2,000.
You're not good at math?
No.
Oh man, come
No, not at all.
He knows capitals. but not
Ballsy,
math.
Mississippi.
Jackson.
Attaboy.
That's all
I know
you need.
state capitals. I don't know math.
You don't need to know math.
That's all
You
you
know
need.
the
I'm
capital.
not college level in math, literally
Yep.
by the state of New York. I'm not college level in math.
All right, let's get to the next game. Rams at the Cardinals. Dave, the Cardinals lost to your New England Patriots last week. The Rams lost to the 49ers. I mean, both of these teams have been up and down. What do you think about this game?
First, I'd like to say I'm proud of this Patriots team. I can't tell what the hell they're doing week to week, but they're putting in good efforts. I think Dan looked, they're plus 500 to make the playoffs, so it's not totally dead. So I'm proud of the Patriots. This is a tough game. I feel like Deion saying that, but both teams coming off loss. The Rams one didn't surprise me. Did I have that right? Did I pick the 49ers? Where does it say what we did last week?
Yeah, you did pick the 49ers.
Kyle Shanahan
You
owns
did.
Sean McVay.
Yeah, so that was a great pick by me.
It was a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just tossed that one out there, though.
No.
Wasn't that the game that you waited till you
might
heard?
have.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
waited
you
till you
might have
heard.
gone
Yeah, because I thought there was a chance. This is so tough. The Cardinals are up and down. All right, let me put it this way. We've talked a lot about the Rams, and the Rams, I think we've said in this show, we think are a potential Super Bowl team. Well, they better win this game if they're a potential Super Bowl team. And I tend to agree that they are one of the better teams in the NFC. If they lose this, it's done. I know this. The Cardinals aren't making a run. The Cardinals just aren't there yet. So I'm going to give the Rams a shot here. They have to win coming off that loss. They have to. The loss was acceptable because they were coming off, what, a big Monday night win, right?
Yeah, they beat the Bucks Monday night. Then
So
they
that
come
was a
home,
letdown.
And they have lost 4 in a row to the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan has owned Sean
So
McVay.
that was a letdown spot. They got to be ready for this game because their season's on the line here for me. So I'm taking the Rams.
Jared Goff has been so up and down, though. Like, he's had some really bad games and some really good games. So, Deion, what do you think about watching him play against this Cardinals defense?
This team is totally based off the play action. And if the run game isn't working, who's going for the play action? And that's what they do. This offense is 20th amongst the league offensively, and that's really not that good. But their defense is so darn dominant. They got a guy that you can't block, a cornerback that you can't beat, and linebackers that can fly and get to the ball. That's why I love this team. But offensively, they got to establish the run and be consistent with it so that the passing game, the play action pass will work. I'm not crazy about the Cardinals. I like them, but I don't love them. I'm not totally sold. And when I look at Kyler Murray's stats at 68%, 29 touchdowns, 4 picks, that's deceptive. I don't think, is that 29 passing touchdown? That's the runs included, right?
Yeah, that's runs included. Is
Yeah.
he hurt? Because I honestly, and I know I joke about this when a guy starts playing poorly, be like, oh, he's hurt. But he definitely got banged up in that, remember that Seattle game, the Thursday night game 2 weeks ago. And they didn't look good, obviously, against the Patriots. So, I don't know, it's just something to watch. But Dave, you're right, this game basically just decides both of these teams' season, because if the Cardinals lose, this would be now, outside of the Hail Mary that they saved the game against Buffalo, that would be 4 out of 5.
Right.
So that's really bad football. And then if the Rams lose, they have to play the Patriots next week. They get a little bit of a break with the Jets, but they finish with the Seahawks and Cardinals. There's some teams that are right on their heels.
Jared Goff, to me, too, you know what? He is the, and he's a big Barstool guy, obviously. Be
careful what you say.
Well,
be careful.
What I'd say about Jared Goff is...
He's amazing?
What I would say with him is he is the, you know how I always says, well, you got to get pressure on the court. If you give him time, he'll beat you. If you don't give him time, he won't beat you.
That's every quarterback.
He'll turn the ball over.
Some are better handling, whether it be, shuffling around in the pocket, whether it's scrambling. You can win with him, but you have to have the parts around him.
And I think you saw too, Whitworth being out for the season last week with the 49ers. The 49ers know how to beat the Rams.
They do.
Blitz, and they also know how to, the Rams defense is very good at the front four. It's very good in the back end, and their linebackers are suspect, and they always go after them. I don't know if the Cardinals have that recipe, because I think Kyle Shanahan is just that good of a coach.
What happened to
I don't
the
think the
Rams?
49ers outcoached the
Offense.
Rams.
What?
I think the 49ers always
Outcoach, yes,
Yes.
correct. And I think
Sean
I
McVay.
think then now if you go the same line of thinking, I think Sean McVay is significantly
outcoach
better
him.
coach than Cliff Kingsbury.
Did the Patriots kill the Rams offense? Because prior to that Super Bowl, they were scoring
Well,
every 2
last
seconds.
year-
Gurley then all of a sudden died. He just died.
Gurley did die.
How
Last year,
many years are you going back now? Because you lost me.
2.
But when the Patriots beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, it was super low scoring. They basically shut down that offense. That offense was electric the
took the
whole
over.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since then, that offense has not been nearly the same.
No.
that was the
Well, they had no business being there. That was the
the
game.
final
Wasn't that the year
39 or
that the
something?
Saints should have been there?
16-6?
Wasn't that the year that the Saints should have been there? The Rams had no business there?
Correct.
Okay.
16-6 or something. I remember it took the over 55.
I mean, it was such a boring game that
was
everybody was
bad.
paying attention to Dave being
I was in
dragged
jail
out.
that game.
Yeah, you were in jail.
Because I was
13-3.
banned from the Super Bowl. So
How could a man be banned from a whole Super
The
Bowl?
NFL will do it.
the NFL, Goodell,
Yes.
your best friend.
What did you do? That's
Well,
fair
it
like you didn't do
started. How long
up
do we
for
have?
truth and
Yeah, it's when Brady was
This literally will
suspended.
take like an hour.
I know, I'm not going to go down, but
Give me the quick version. What did
well,
you do?
Brady was suspended for Deflategate with not a shred of evidence, so we handcuffed ourselves to NFL headquarters in New York. We got thrown in jail, and then that started a long war on the league where we
too, see?
seek truth and justice. So we went to media day. We got kicked out of there.
Yep.
They said if you go to the Super Bowl, You're banned from the Super Bowl. So I put a mustache on. I went to the Super Bowl. At halftime, they came in, threw me in cuffs, and put me in a holding cell.
They dragged him out. Like, he went completely limp.
So
This
his
is-
They
legs
ripped
went
his,
limp.
they ripped his skinny jeans.
This is also a good argument for anyone who went at Dave saying that he shouldn't have let Deion have Goodell on. You didn't know any of this.
I didn't
You're
know
learning
nothing
all
about
of
it.
this
Well,
right
you-
now.
No, this is new to me.
Yeah, right.
Didn't
This is
you
new to me.
also go to media day in a disguise?
You did
too?
something though.
Yeah.
It's when Brady got suspended by Goodell.
You don't think the NFL did an investigation though? Like,
They did. Did you read it? I mean, all right.
Yeah,
I don't want to get you riled
Get
up.
you-
How much time
literally
you have?
will go for
This is
7 hours.
You need to see this video though. They literally dragged
Dragged
him out of
him.
his
So
seats
he
at
went
halftime.
limp.
And then they put him in jail for the second half. He was-
Listen, the NFL didn't know what the pressure. What was it? What PSI?
PSIs.
They didn't know what that was before they even took the ball.
In Brady's defense, every quarterback doctors their balls. So you know that.
Well, they go up and down. Everybody admitted
No,
that.
every quarterback doctors the balls.
But I get that. There was nothing to it. Listen, DeQuell Jackson, who the NFL said took the ball and gave it, he's like, I never did that. It's a house of cards.
Dan,
One day, Deion, I'll take you.
You stand-
We'll spend. I want us. We'll whiteboard. We'll spend an entire day, and I'll catch you
break
up.
it down.
And then when you have Goodell and you're giving him fellatio the first day you're here, and everyone's in my asshole being like, you let him get away with it. It's a different story.
He was my guy.
Yeah,
But
well-
you know, I like this. What I love about you is you stand for what you believe.
I have.
Regardless of the repercussions.
Goodell
You
was on
stand for
He
TV
goes to
last
jail
night saying,
multiple times.
Yeah, multiple
as the Ravens are playing with two guys and no quarterbacks, he says the protocols are working.
Yeah.
he just refuses to cancel a game. He doesn't want to have to cancel.
Well, ain't nobody said anything about Denver, but
Yeah.
you care about
Denver
the Ravens.
was-
You can't care about the Ravens
That
and
was
not care about
crazy.
Denver.
That was
okay?
crazy.
You can't do that.
By the way, they shouldn't cancel the games, but it's
No,
there's
Well, no, I'm saying
there's no
they should.
madness. There's no rhyme or
cancel.
reason.
as long as he doesn't cancel a game, like he feels like he'll
He
be
was
good.
he was
Right.
the this is fine dog.
Yeah.
This is totally fine.
Everything's
We're good,
fine.
guys.
Must
We're
go
playing
on.
Wednesday afternoon football, but everything's going well.
We're playing
show
Tuesday
must
night
go
next
on.
week.
Yeah, right.
Dan, confirming your pick, you're going to take the Rams?
I'm taking the Rams. To answer your question, Dave, the Rams offense died last year because Cooper Kupp got hurt. Obviously, he's back. He's one of those guys that when he's not there, everything falls apart. I do think the Rams are going to win this game. I think you'll get their best effort. And like we said, Sean McVay, better coach than Cliff Kingsbury. That matters.
All right, let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles at the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Eagles are just a complete dumpster
Read my
fire right
shirt.
now. Ain't nobody care?
Ain't nobody care about the Eagles. Not even him.
No, I don't care about the Eagles anymore. But
The-
this is still, I mean, they're still in the race,
Because the NFC
which
is
is
just
insane.
so
And the
bad.
Packers are fighting for the NFC, the top spot in the NFC.
It says something about a team and its quarterback and its head coach when the division is this bad and you still don't win it. That's the problem. Now, the Cowboys have an excuse because their quarterback is out. Every other team has no excuse whatsoever in this division. I think what the Washington football team is going to end up winning this division, but it's no way I would pick the Philadelphia Eagles by any means. I don't care if everybody cannot actively play for the Green Bay Packers. They could put some fans out there and beat the Eagles right now. I do not like
the
it.
Eagles
want
Eagles
to
schedule
take the
is
Eagles
you can't. I mean, Dan, you can't.
I won't.
You can't. Speaking of the Eagles, what about that bad beat that you had?
How many down it? What do you do?
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
I mean-
Brutal. I'm over it. Well,
This is why I'm jealous.
It's been replaced by college basketball back.
Yeah, I'm jealous of Deion in moments like Monday night because like he doesn't even know what a point spread is.
No.
So he just watched the game. He's like, "Oh, good try, Eagles!" At the end.
Yeah.
Oh, when
They
Yeah,
backed
it
up.
Yeah, then they
ruined
did a
it. And then
two-point
they went to
conversion.
two.
You're watching that. You're like, "Oh, nice little effort there at the end." All right, click.
And it just
Go
killed
to
them.
bed.
So they killed a lot of people?
Everyone.
Killed me.
Oh my goodness.
When you
You actually said, why would you do that?
And the difference too is not only that they did that. If they kicked the extra point, we would have won. But
Yes.
they went for two, so we
6.5.
lost.
And they went for two.
Yeah, to
So
cut
I'm
it
jealous
to
of you in those
12
moments.
seconds.
You
He's
slept well that night.
ignorance is bliss there. Like he just doesn't even know. When you look at the Eagles, Deion, who do you think goes first? You think it's Howie Roseman? You think it's Doug Peterson? You think it's Carson Wentz? What do you think happens?
It's Carson Wentz.
Aren't they stuck with him though?
Now, they stuck with him for another year, and then they could get out of it. But you can't. You're going to lose your whole team and fan base if you leave this guy on the field. You could blame what you want. You could blame the line. You could blame whatever you want. This guy is not. He does not have the confidence he once had.
Sucks.
He's not seeing the game like he once did. he doesn't have that it factor anymore. And if you don't think for 1 minute his teammates don't know, you got another thing coming to you.
He had one of the worst turnovers I've ever seen last week.
Yeah, if I were him,
I thought it was a touchdown. You're talking about
Yes, yes. It was the worst interception I've ever
I watched
seen.
the guy down in the end zone. I'm like, he's celebrating. That's how bad of a throw. It was unfathomable that
It's so bad, I don't even text Dan anymore during the game about him.
He's just,
That's
he's
so
just
bad.
He's
it is.
just,
If I
okay.
were Carson Wentz, I would fake an injury right now. I would say, let's just end this season. I'll come back next year. We'll see if everything works out better.
COVID.
I'll just fake an injury and
Fake some
move
COVID.
on.
I actually believe it's college teams out there faking COVID.
You think so?
I want Michigan to fake it and fuck
But they
Ohio
did.
State.
Oh, you talking about the next week? They're out this week though, right?
Yeah.
They might actually have to sit out.
It's like the perfect lie. You can't just
Right.
fake it next week.
I feel bad for my album out 2 weeks straight, man.
Well, they're ducking.
They don't want to play either.
Yeah, but 2
Once
weeks
you
straight,
duck,
man.
once you duck Clemson, you got to duck again to make the
Yeah,
ducks.
you got to keep
legitimate.
ducking.
A&M
feel
had to
bad.
sit out.
Then they got everything. Everybody's opting out now.
Yep.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's an absolute mess. So you don't think that Howie Roseman or Doug Peterson will get fired at the end of the year?
No.
Do you
I
guys?
think Peterson may, yeah. I think Peterson may quit the way he's talking.
Yeah, I
he
know.
doesn't want to be there. So I think it'll be like almost like, hey, fire me.
Yeah. Doug Peterson, I don't think you can fire him just because it's that quickly since they won a Super Bowl, but
But he does not strike me as somebody who's like has the fire in his. He looks like he's done.
he's also a forget coach, and when I say that, if you watch that game on Monday night, Miles Sanders, who's the best player on the Eagles, like the most explosive player on the Eagles offense, had 6 carries. I think Doug Peterson genuinely came into the locker room after the game, looked at the stat sheet, and was like, "Oh, whoops."
They just forgot to run the ball?
To do that. Yeah.
Carson Wentz
Like I
led
told
rushing
myself to
yards.
do that beforehand, and I totally forgot to do it.
You can't do that when you have a staff full of very professional men to remind you certain things.
Yeah, but he just forgot.
Yeah, I mean, you see people screw up the clock all the time. You know who really is getting robbed, and it's a great American tradition, is the Philly fans not being allowed to just go bananas in the crowd,
I know.
booing
Right.
at people.
Thank God.
I know.
Thank
I wish they were allowed. That's Philly. Like, just rip them. Or batteries, snowballs.
Everything.
Dave, are you going to take the Packers?
Oh, yeah, Packers.
Packers, Dan?
Packers.
Packers. All right, Packers across the board. We'll get to some more games in just a little bit. For now, let's go to the #Truth, brought to you by the Chevy Silverado. In football, you want players who can tackle anything, and the same is true in trucks. The Chevy Silverado was designed to help you tackle your to-do list and look good doing it. Whether you're taking on a big move or the ultimate tailgate, Chevy is ready with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So, Dan, you're giggling over there. So
These are all terrible. I'm giggling at all of these.
So Dan's truth last week was that the Raiders are a playoff team. They got obliterated by
Killed
the
by the
Falcons.
I
Falcons.
wanted to pick that game.
We'll just start with you, Dan. We'll get to everybody else.
Yeah, it was a bad pick. The Raiders were completely slept walk. I don't know. That was
Most NFL game ever.
and in a weird way, I actually think that helps the case that they're going to make the playoffs because I'd rather lose a game like that than lose really close. That you just throw that tape out. My truth, though, is we were talking about the Ravens. You know, they've had a weird week. They played on Wednesday night. The Ravens are going to make a little run here, though. They'll get in the playoffs and they'll have a little hype going with them because their schedule is very soft down the stretch. I think they have the easiest schedule left. Cowboys at Browns, Jaguars, Giants at Bengals. They could easily win all 5 of those.
No, they could lose 3 of those games.
They could win 5
lose
of
to the
those.
Giants, could lose to at
Cowboys,
Browns.
and they could lose to the Browns.
They kind of own the Browns. They do. So
suck.
I
Is
don't
Lamar
know.
But the
supposed to be
Browns
back
are
next
going to be
week?
playing for something.
All right,
Yeah.
well, there's my truth. 11 wins, 10 wins, and everyone's going to be like, ooh, watch out for the Ravens. And now I don't think the Ravens are going to, you don't have to watch out for them, but that's going to happen. It's going to come back to them.
Do we know when Lamar is supposed to be back? Have they announced that yet?
Should
I
be
think
next
he'll be
week.
back.
Next week?
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're playing the Tuesday night game against the Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah,
Insane.
Tuesday night football.
Insane. Okay, Dave, your truth last week was the Patriots are not legit Super Bowl contenders.
That's true.
They did beat Arizona.
I'm going to say the Patriots are legitimate playoff contenders.
Okay.
You can't believe that.
I honestly don't know what to believe with this.
Your loyalty.
I think they can beat anybody and lose to anybody.
The defense looks so much better, but Cam still looks not great.
Cam will not apologize for winning games, and neither will I.
Okay.
That was my line with the Bears when they were 5-1.
I love that.
That's a heck of a quote.
Yeah, that's a nice quote.
I'm going to use that one. I would not apologize.
I did that literally all September and October with the Bears. Bears are going to win, and everyone's going to be like, well, how are the Bears 6-1? Apologize, they stink. And I'm going to say, nope, not going to apologize. And turns
It's
out,
over.
Yeah.
That's over.
I
It don't
would
matter
not
what
apologize.
It does
People
not
wanted me
matter
to
what you
apologize.
say.
Not going to apologize.
Dion, your truth last week is that the Rams make it to the Super Bowl and they Did lose that close one to the 49ers.
Yep, I'm not as sold on that anymore. I'm really
Really
not.
bad truth.
This is what I think is going to happen. I really think Kansas City is going to make it all the way to the dance.
Can we get breaking news on that? Deion picks Kansas
No.
City.
And it's going to be inclement weather in the playoffs, and they're going to lose. They're going to be the favorite all the way through, and they're going to dominate.
You're visualizing.
They're going to dominate. In inclement weather is going to kill that whole passing game, everything.
You know who
And
they
they're
could
gonna
lose to in that situation? Tennessee.
Or what if it's inclement? Well, what if it's like a hurricane in Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl? I could see that too.
I can't see that.
Can't pass the ball.
I
They
can
lose
see
to the Saints.
I think the Saints are.
Taysom Hill running a little.
Where is Drew Brees? Is he coming back?
It does not
broken
matter.
another rib just now.
It does not matter.
As we were recording, yeah. Don't have anything with him.
Judge, little fact for everyone out there, because I know you are such a big Drew Brees guy.
I am. Still am.
The New Orleans Saints are 7-0, straight up 7-0 against the spread without Drew Brees.
Oh, let's
And?
pump the brakes a little bit on that last week.
you,
Nobody
sir.
likes the Saints more than me, but I mean,
they were playing
they played a homeless team.
My mom tried out for quarterback
Kendall
last week
Hinton.
against the Broncos.
Yeah.
She should have played.
And if she wasn't scared to get on the plane for COVID reasons, she probably would have been started.
Kendall Hinton called into radio with us last week, and he said that he only had 2 hours to learn the playbook from the quarterback position.
showed.
And he said he not one time did he think about saying no. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do.
I mean, not like a little
no,
tiny
you
percentage.
can't turn that. That's an opportunity. Because
I
it could
would
spiral
play.
into something
If
else.
someone asked, hey, you can suit up and play quarterback, I'd fucking play.
Yeah.
It's the story of a lifetime.
Well, and he gets the game check too because he is a scout team. But I mean, I just feel like you have to go into that knowing you're just
No.
going to get killed.
They did such
No,
a
he didn't know it
bad
was gonna be-
job
I
of
know.
like trying to set him up too. Like they were throwing it deep right away.
You got to though.
I don't know, but I don't.
Because you loosen up the secondary like
screens
that.
and, yeah, like bubble screen, get him a few throws. I don't know. It actually puts into perspective, not to like just bash the guy, but I was looking at the stats and the worst performance since Kendall Hinton had what 1 for 9 for 13 yards.
Yeah. Not great.
Ryan Leaf was 1 for 15 for 4 yards.
We learned two things last week. Basketball players cannot box.
Yeah.
And you can't come off the street and play quarterback
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
Hand up, I liked Ryan Leaf more than Peyton Manning coming out of
Yeah.
college.
Rocket arm. Are you kidding me? And
Let me tell you something.
no, I agree with Dave.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I agree with Dave.
See, you off the cuff, you think I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, I think you were.
I'm going to tell you what happened to Ryan Leaf, man. I'm one of the few that thinks Ryan Leaf was really a good quarterback. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Head case.
It's the mental part.
Because you just got to track that whole era down. No one for the Chargers at that point had success.
Yeah.
But he got the brunt of it because he was a high draft pick. No one is a consecutive like 4 consecutive quarterbacks did not have success.
So my only draft analysis of Ryan Leaf at the time, and I was like 12 or 13, was I just love whenever a player gets a really bad team to the
Agreed.
best season. Like
I think Brady Quinn is the same way.
Like Wazoo. No, but that's
I
what
don't
I mean.
agree.
No,
I don't agree with
I'm
Brady
saying
Quinn.
Wazoo.
I think Brady Quinn was the same way.
Brady
Yikes.
Quinn has the most fuckable spiral of all time. The way that guy threw the ball.
How?
It was sexy spiral.
All the
That's all.
spiral. I was like, I
Ready
want to
come
fuck
right
that
now
spiral.
and throw a tight spiral for the whole block.
He's saying he's
outside.
complimenting it.
Yeah, no, I want to fuck it.
Oh.
I
He's
want
saying
to
it's a
have
beautiful-
sex.
Yeah,
See, when you use profanity, it just throws me off. I just
yeah,
think
yeah.
He's saying
wrong.
it's a
No,
sexy
it's
spiral.
an incredible spiral. When he would
I
throw
never
that
heard that
spiral,
type of profanity
he
at
threw,
me.
He threw Brady Quinn's spiral looked like it was like you drew it up.
But what did you originally say? That's
I never thought I
said
was.
what type of-
He said
Fuckable
fuckable.
spiral.
So
Yeah,
It's like
I-
I see it, and I'm turned on by the spiral. Because
I-
and also the paint on the NCAA ball, when it spirals, it just looks bad.
I did not. I was not sold on Brady Quinn. I did think Leaf would be great.
But yeah, I think you agree, Dave. Like whenever a guy takes a perennial loser to their best season, they played in the Rose Bowl, right?
Yep.
yeah.
I'm always like, that guy's incredible. He's like the savior. He's the
It's
best
the
ever.
same thing with the Browns. Consecutively, the quarterbacks was horrible. And that's not all the quarterbacks. That's the system. That's the coaching staff. That's everything that they had.
Do you know what Browns
There's no way you
quarterback
can
I
have
bought
that
in
many-
on? I bought in on Brian Hoyer when he played that Thursday night game, and they're like, the Cleveland kid, he's doing it. Like, they're playing well. I
What
think
was
he
the
tore his
kid named
ACL,
number
like,
2? I thought he was
Couch.
good. Couch was good.
Kentucky. That's kind of what Dan was
Hal
saying.
Mummy.
Yeah, that's
No,
all.
that wasn't Hal Mummy. Yeah, well,
Yeah, it
no.
was. Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
The reverse of what you're saying is I think I like the quarterbacks where they're like Oklahoma, for example, where the quarterbacks are they have so much more talent than
Right.
everybody else.
Right.
They put up huge numbers, but it's like
Ohio State.
yeah, Ohio State would be
Ohio
another.
State.
Yeah,
Ohio
exactly.
State.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm praying this kid goes to the
Justin
next level
Fields?
Justin Fields.
and plays. None of them has had
I
success.
think
very
he's the
true.
best of the bunch, to be honest.
None of them have had
Yeah.
success.
Right.
Yeah, he is. If you link like Terrell Pryor, JT Barrett,
All the stats have been similar, man.
Troy Smith.
All the stats have
Greg
been similar.
Krenzel.
Right. Well, I mean, you have to be really bad because you have so much more talent than everybody else. You're throwing at guys that are open by 10 yards.
I want that problem.
And if you look at,
I want that
Yeah.
no,
problem.
I know, but I'm saying it hides the quarterback. But if you look at their wide receivers that are in the league, they're unbelievable. Like
good.
Michael Thomas. So
Do they get credit for Joe Burrow?
No. They didn't develop him.
No, yeah, it's probably fair.
All right, let's go to the.
Urban Meyer didn't even know Joe Burrow was.
Yeah, that's right.
He was he didn't even know he was on the team.
That
Ex-Texas
means he
coach.
was horrible there.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer's going to end up in Texas.
Yeah, crazy.
It's crazy. Let's go to the Sunday conversation with Caleb, Glenny Balls, and Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka Flame. Would you take steroids if you knew they weren't going to shrink your nuts?
I don't want to take steroids. I'm cool. Steroids we having. Damn, this ice cream is crazy. Steroids is just not. It's not the move. Bro.
But you're a thick boy. Is that okay to say?
Pause.
It's okay to say if I say pause?
Not in my world.
How do I talk about a friend who happens to have a thick body, but I don't want to say he's thick? What do I say?
You gain weight, bud. Hey, you gain weight.
Yeah, I would prefer for him not to call me thick. You kind of got to be thick.
But Glenny's thick.
For someone else to call you thick, you know?
I don't want to. I don't want to say Glenny Balls is thick, but Glenny Balls is thick.
That's a fact. But like, he can't say it.
I would never say it.
Someone else could say it.
I got.
Come on.
What do we do?
We just changed the subject.
You've ratted before, haven't you?
Me, right? Oh, I could never be that.
You said the following in public, and I quote, I got a main bitch, I got a mistress, and a couple girlfriends, I'm so hood rich. You ratted on yourself, didn't you?
No, that was just like a figure of speech.
Yeah, but what did your main bitch think about that?
I ain't never have a man because I only have one girl. All right, let's just change the subject, man. Like,
You ratted on yourself.
I did.
That's okay, but there's a time for everything, isn't there?
nah, never for ratting, man. Nah.
Are you a romantic?
Am I romantic? For the last 2-3 years of my life, I've been romantic. Yes, I've been swabbed out.
You believe in lifelong monogamy?
I believe in long life monogamy. Yeah.
And what's that mean?
That means you go live long in monogamy. Monogamized. Monogamers. Monographer.
Are you a monographer?
I'm monogamy not.
You're not a monographer.
What is it?
Monogamy?
Yeah.
Being with one person for the rest of your life.
What they mean? Like being in a relationship?
Yeah. Married.
Are you a boob guy or a tit guy?
I'm an areola guy. Yeah.
Do you believe that butt cheeks are the boob of the back?
You know, technically, I look at the cheeks like an entrance of heaven to the back gate.
Do you think that the true G's of earth will get to go into heaven through the back?
I just gotta dap you for that. Well,
When you're sucking a boob,
I don't suck boobs, by the way.
so I won't even ask the rest of that question.
Yeah, I don't suck boobs, man.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm afraid to answer.
Let's move away from boobs for a second. Pepperonis or pancakes? Which do you prefer?
Fuck you for that. Damn. I can't choose. I can't.
Actually, let's go back to boobs for a second.
No.
Are
no.
nipples technically straws?
What kind of straw?
Straw for milk.
Milk. I drink coconut almond milk, man.
Yeah. Last segment. I do this with all my guests.
Let's go.
It's the last thing we ever do. This segment is called Skeletons in My Closet. And basically, we're going to give you an opportunity, a platform to talk about some things that you've done in your past that basically you've been hiding from everybody and no one's found out about, but they're weighing on you. And you can get them out and let people know, you know, I did some bad stuff. I've never said this before. It might be illegal, but I want it out. I want to give you the opportunity now.
All right. I want to know how I feel to be a crackhead, right? So one day, I smoked crack with a homeless cop.
Yeah.
And I ended up in jail. He was an undercover cop. I just want to get that out before it probably come out.
And that's why we do this segment. It's always a good opportunity. It's always good. Thanks, Walker
Thank you,
Flocko. I
man.
appreciate it, man.
Okay, it's time for the Ain't Nobody Care game of the week, sponsored by Pepsi. This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports watching drink of all time, Pepsi, with refreshing deliciousness, specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness. Pepsi has everything you need to power you through game day. Pepsi is made for football watching. The guys are already scoffing at this game, saying, ouch, it's the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions.
Can't wait to see that one.
Who just fired Matt Patricia, so...
All-time, like, perfect timing to get fired. Because I think there's still some people walking around that don't know he got fired. Because they fired him on Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Don't say what you're about to say, though.
Oh.
Matt Patricia's a terrible coach.
Nope.
No, he's not.
No. I love Matt Patricia. I thought
He's not a terrible coach.
He's not a terrible coach.
He's not a great head coach.
I thought you were going to say.
Very good defensive coordinator.
I thought you were going to say, a lot of people say he got fired, and they're like, oh, obviously he did it in the fourth quarter of the Michigan game. It's like, you think anyone cares about
Oh, no.
Michigan?
No, but it was right before college football Saturday, and then you have a full Sunday slate.
They fired him during the Michigan game, and some people obviously, that it's like, Michigan, no one.
No, that had nothing to do with it, but it was like, there are people who will watch this right now and be like, what? Matt Patricia's fired? So, I am unbiased. Michelangelo texts me on Monday morning every week saying, what's the Ain't Nobody Care About game? And I picked this game because I know I will watch every snap of this game, but if you have eyeballs, you have a brain, you have no affiliation to either of these teams, you should skip it, and it's going to be an abomination to football. Let's go to it.
Hello, sports fans. Detroit Lions superfan Pilgrim here. And I'd like to throw out a special invite this week for a Mr. Deion Sanders to watch the game.
Deion, my name's Eddie from Barstool Chicago, and I'm here to tell you why you should watch Bears Lions this weekend. First and foremost, the guy to the left of you, he's watched me die on camera many times. The guy to the left of him, he's watched him die on camera 5 times over that, okay? Dying on camera is exactly what Bears fans do.
He missed it! 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 He missed it off the fucking upright!
Big Cat and I will be in the trenches. We'll be watching the game, and it doesn't matter what season it is. Doesn't matter how much we suck. We're into it. We give a shit, okay?
You know, if I wasn't holding fat, I'd do your touchdown dance. But I will say, you'll be able to hear me singing the fight song every time Detroit scores.
Also, we're 5-6. Still got a chance at a double-digit win season. Just gonna say.
Down the field again, a Lions victory!
10 wins is still on the table, technically. And if 10 wins are still on the table, you know damn well I'll be there in the trenches, helping us do whatever we can to get to those fucking 10 wins. Bear down. Watch the game, Deion.
Fucking doinked it. Of all people, Cody Parkey doinked it. Oh my fucking God.
That game was so... We knew it was going to happen, and then it happened. And then you tell yourself it's not going to happen, and then it happens. It's the worst. It's the worst. But yeah, I think the Bears are going to win.
Lions. Who's the coach? What coach was he before he was the coach?
Great question.
If he's a
That is a
line
great
coach,
question.
I'm in on the Lions.
I need that too. That says a lot.
Yeah, because
this could be like a Falcon thing.
They always play for the line coach.
I don't think
my
the
bad.
Bears...
I take that back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bevel?
Darryl Bevel,
Offensive
Wisconsin legend.
I take that back
like that.
because they're going outside to play the Bears.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yep.
dome teams outside.
Yep.
Darren Bevel.
Darryl Bevel.
Darryl Bevel.
Has he ever been?
He coached at Seattle. He went to Wisconsin.
What's he look like? Is he fat?
No, he's skinny.
All right, I'm taking the Bears.
No, that actually is a great question. Yeah,
It is.
You can't.
The fat guys, you play for the fat guy.
Fat
you play
or
for the skinny
super-
offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Where
fat
did
or
that
super
philosophy
muscular.
come from? I mean, where?
Interim coaches. It's
better for
because
us.
they just generally, I feel like people love the line coaches, the strength coaches, and when you get your shot, you want to play for one day. The skinny offensive coordinator,
It's
you're not going to lay your balls on the line for him.
Fat guys, fat interim head coaches.
Yeah, no chance. Bears.
Fat interim head coaches
Yeah,
or super muscle, like remember Dan Campbell, like super
Yeah,
muscle head, meathead coaches. You'll win a game or two.
Yeah.
We don't.
A dome team
These
would
are
not
things
win
you
outside
learn.
in December.
These are
I
things
like
you
some of
learn.
the philosophies.
Saints do.
The Saints
Road Whites.
The Saints has a really good head coach and a really good quarterback.
Should we ask?
If you got fired from Jackson State,
We're not going to say that.
God forbid.
Use somebody else.
God forbid.
Use somebody else.
And Glenny Balls came in behind you.
Glenny Balls.
You'd win your next game.
Yeah.
Because Glenny's going to hire, I don't know, because Glenny's first hire is going to be Dave, and Dave is going to be doing all his trick plays.
If Glenny Balls walked in after you just went out with your boxes, people would be like, I want to play for this guy. For one game. For one
they
game.
call him Coach Balls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Balls.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to kick?
Now we're
You got a
gonna
sandwich
we're gonna
in your hand.
pass.
Have you ever seen Glenny get excited? It's like the cutest thing ever.
Yeah. No, you would.
I don't think you look for cute in your head coach.
Well,
We gotta get the clip for Deion when we found out Glenny Balls is Glenny Balls.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah, we
he's
do.
like, do you have any nicknames? Have you ever? We'll have to show you the first time Balls interviewed and when the nickname came about. All right, see you, man.
Does he have any nicknames for you?
No.
No.
The only really nickname they call me is Glenny Balls. It's like my fake gambling alias. Did I fuck around with?
All right, Glenny Balls, get out
See
of
you
here.
later.
Get out of here, Glenny Balls. That has to be in the
Balls.
show.
I'm Balls.
Glenny Balls, when he was birthed Balls.
Yeah.
So you're
Glenny,
taking.
most weathermen don't have their hands in their pockets. Just FYI.
What's the weather, Glenny?
Yeah, I was about to say.
The weather in
what's the
Chicago,
weather
it's going to
in-
be nice. It's going to be 35, 40. Wait, let me get Chicago on here. Wait, right there.
There you go, Glenn.
Nice.
Up by the river. No, the lake. It's going to be like 35, 40, partly cloudy, no really rain though. So nothing too crazy for Chicago.
Glenn, you play baseball?
I was a hefty first baseman.
Yeah,
till,
but I mean,
like,
the only
eighth
thing
grade.
you could have played is first and catcher or right.
Yeah, I was first baseman. Batted lefty though.
That's good.
Yeah.
You with me and Dave.
Yeah, I was hefty first baseman.
Gotcha.
Well, any of these next games we're going to do, you guys can go out to Glenny for the weather. So let's get into the rapid fire games of the week. We're going to start with the Raiders at the Jets.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Jets
not
had
even-
the first big
Raiders,
lockdown.
big time.
Yeah, I
Raiders.
mean, the Jets are now actually trying to tank. They weren't early in the season, they were just existing, but now they are trying to tank. So,
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, my guy Joe Douglas. Haven't talked to him in a bit.
He's not answering the call.
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders.
He's not answering the phones.
Take the Raiders.
If you said earlier, or no, is it you that said, do you like Justin Fields more than Trevor Lawrence? If you were the Jets, would you take Justin Fields?
No.
You would
no.
still
I
take Trevor
I
Lawrence?
like Lawrence more, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go Jacksonville at Minnesota. Dave.
I'll take the Vikings, yeah.
A lot of big spreads this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vikings. Vikings can sneak into the playoffs.
Yes, they can.
You going
Your guy-
Vikings
I got
too?
it back. You know, I'm with Mac Zimmer, man.
Yep. All right, let's go Cincinnati at Miami. Dan.
I will take Miami. I might bet on Cincinnati though, plus 11.5.
It's tough, the quarterback situation, obviously. If Burrow's playing, I would think about taking him. I mean, obviously.
Since he hasn't given up.
Yeah.
Since he hasn't given up. They're still playing for Zach Taylor, which you always got to watch those teams
Yeah.
late in December.
I think this game, I agree, will be closer than the spread. I'll take Miami.
Nobody notified us that Tua wasn't going back in. Was that it just happened,
They
right?
said it. No, they said it.
Like way late in the
Yeah,
week.
right.
Like when we
Yeah,
taped
yeah.
this, we
Who's
didn't know.
Who's playing
Yeah.
this week? Tua?
No, I think it's Fitzpatrick.
It is.
Yeah, I think it is. They just kind of snuck in that he was actually injured.
I'm proud. I'm actually proud of Miami. I'm going with Miami for certain.
Think he's injured, or they just have gone back to what I
think they're going back because they feel like they got a real
But-
chance in the playoffs.
But didn't they
I've been
say
saying
that
that
he was
since
injured?
the fucking beginning.
Yes, you have. Let's go to the Colts at the Texans. Deion.
Wow, this is a good game.
The Texans have a lot of PED issues down there right now.
As soon as when I want the Texans, when I start loving them, they flip on me. They treat me like Atlanta does. I'm going with the Colts. There's no way they could lose back-to-back games.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Colts as well. Will Fuller obviously being out with PEDs. Bradley Roby, I mean, that's
What
a
PED?
big.
Like what PED?
I think it's probably Adderall.
Did he?
He said that he didn't know that it would show up on the drug test. That he
Adderall's a
trusted it.
PED?
Yeah.
He trusted the doctors.
Yeah.
What is Adderall for? I don't know. Guys.
Stay awake.
Focus.
Yeah.
Aqib Talib actually did an interview on his podcast where he was like, when you take Adderall, I felt like I was playing a video game, like out there, like I could see everything.
It's focus. But it seems like if you can get prescribed something legally, you should
Right.
be able to use
I mean, didn't Will Fuller make it seem like he was taking something that his doctor said would not show up on the drug test?
Now,
Like, no
that's
Adderall
it.
would.
Like every person who's been suspended in the history of suspensions have said the same exact
Correct.
thing.
Right.
And
You got to ask your doctor, will this show up on the drug test? You're doing something wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Well, he'll tell you whatever you want to hear, but you're going to get you're gonna get fucked. When you ask that question, you already are in a spot where you're probably gonna screw yourself.
It's like checking your girlfriend's phone. It's like, what are you? You're already going down a path that you probably something's wrong.
A private investigator told me that once. I was about to hire a private investigator for one of my divorces, right? Just because I didn't want to come out the money, you know. So funny, wife called, and they want to come out the money. And
that may be a sign.
Yeah, she can sense it.
He gave me the best advice I've ever received, some of the best. He said, Bram, I don't even want to take your money. If you're expecting this and you're calling to hire me,
you know.
You already know.
Yeah, it's true.
I said, I hugged him, embraced him on my porch and walked away.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. Absolutely.
Right.
You taking the Texans or the Colts, Dave? Did you already say?
No, I didn't. But I'm making moves in this thing, and I think there's a chance Houston can win this game. So I'm going to take Houston and try to pick up a game here.
All right,
I am making moves.
He is?
We're winding down the season. I passed Dan.
What's the?
It's not saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, right now these are the
4 games away from each other.
Deion, he's only 4 games.
He's 4
behind
back.
him. Yeah, he's 4 back.
Oh my God, I got to get locked in.
So it is making moves.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Saints at the Falcons. Dave, I'll start with you.
Can I wait? Can I pass my turn?
Sure.
You can't do this every time, though.
You can't do this. You can't do this for the rest of your
You
life.
did ask permission. So,
I like this.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
Oh, that's a good one. I really want to do that.
Are you going to?
God, this is a good one.
I said Dave can go last.
You know what?
I won't let him do it all the time.
I'm taking the Saints.
I'm taking the Falcons.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Let's go to the Giants at the Seahawks. Dan?
Seahawks. But I like the Giants on the point spread, but Seahawks. I just don't know. I mean, Colt McCoy, this is a game that I think will be close, but at the end, you can't keep up with Russell Wilson in that offense.
Dave? I have to make you go in front of Deion
This is one where I may give one away and regret it because it's a big underdog. I feel like there should, if we really thought about this, if you take a double-digit underdog to win, you should get like 2 points or something. But I'm taking the Giants. I think they can win this game.
Ooh.
I like Colt McCoy.
Okay. Deion?
You don't like Colt McCoy.
I mean, I don't think he's like, Brady, but you can win a game with him.
You think Colt McCoy?
You can win a game with Colt McCoy.
You think Colt McCoy is going to go to Seattle?
I don't think Seattle's very good.
Defensively,
Their
they're
defense is not good.
Their defense is kind of turning the corner,
Defensively, they're not. They're hard
Their
garbage.
defense is kind of turning the corner.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know what
they
corner
played
you
well
watching.
against the Rams. No, they played well against the Cardinals 2 weeks ago. Who'd they play last week? They played against the Eagles.
They're 7 from the bottom.
So, yeah.
So that means they're like 26th, 25th in the defense. I'm definitely going with Seattle on this. That's not even a second guess.
Let's go Patriots at Chargers. Dave?
Patriots.
I want to take the Chargers, but
I do too.
It's simply Bill Belichick versus Anthony Lynn. I can't in good conscience take the Chargers there. That is the biggest coaching mismatch possible.
Belichick is not going to let a rookie beat him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
All right, New England across the board. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Denver at Kansas City. Deion?
Kansas City.
KC.
Across the
They
board.
should just flip the coin and just go back home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drew Lock is going to be back, though, so that's good for Denver. The first Monday Night Football game, the happy hour game, Washington at Pittsburgh. Dan?
Pittsburgh. Although I feel like the Steelers are the weirdest 11-0 team we've had.
They are. But the comments coming out of that game, they got ripped apart. Like we played late, so I think they'll be ready for this. I'll take Pittsburgh.
Deion?
I'm taking Pittsburgh, but this is going to be a really good game.
Bud Dupree tearing his ACL sucks for the Steelers.
Yeah.
That just happened yesterday.
And it wasn't a bad plant. It just happened.
Yeah.
Deion, did you say earlier you think that the Washington football team's winning the NFC East?
Yep.
Their strategy makes a lot of sense. They essentially are like, we'll put in Alex Smith, we'll throw the ball 3 yards a time, and let everyone else get hurt.
Great strategy.
Daniel Jones hurt.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott hurt.
Yeah.
Carson
You
Wentz.
might have a point.
I actually think Carson Wentz is the one quarterback you want to stay healthy, so he keeps playing, but their strategy works.
Let's go to the second Monday Night Football game. We've got the Bills at the 49ers. Dave?
I just keep taking the Bills. Bills, I've said it, assuming the Patriots don't make the playoffs, maybe they will, but I'd love to see Buffalo make a run. So I'm going to take Buffalo here.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo as well. They played well coming out of the break. They had a bye. They played well against the Chargers defensively. Also, this game's in Arizona, I think.
It is.
It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, because the 49ers can't go back to their own facility.
Yep.
Deion?
I definitely like Buffalo in this game, but San Francisco is a real upset caliber team. They're the type of team that mess it all up for you. I really feel like Richard Sherman brings so much to the table, not just on the field. He takes their level up. And when he's out there, man, they're a much better defense some type of way, and he always seems to find a way to make a play.
Every week for me, too, and we get in this part of the season, is sort of a statement game from Buffalo. It takes them another, because going across country, this is a game that I could easily see them in the past losing. They go across country, Arizona beat the Niners, who, like Deion said, is certainly a capable team, and move to 9-3. Like, Buffalo hasn't been this real in a long time.
If we were picking this game 2 days later, I may change it. I would. Because I'm sitting up here and thinking about San Francisco is not in San Francisco. Right? They're going to Arizona. I remember playing and going to Arizona to practice when we were getting ready for the Cowboys because of inclement weather in San Francisco. We left. What that did, that isolated us. We went in the hotel, and it was like a quarantine. It was like us being a one big happy family, and we're just totally focused. No outside entries, although some people did get into the hotel. I don't know how that happened, but they did get in there. Let me tell you something. That's going to be a difficult game for Buffalo. Right now, I'm riding with Buffalo, but I guarantee you 2 days later, I'm going to call and flip this pick, maybe. I may flip it Sunday. I may flip it
Flip it
Monday.
right now.
I
Flip
guarantee
it right
you,
now.
in 2 days, I'm going to flip it. Maybe.
Maybe. Flip it right now. Flip it right now.
I'm going with Buffalo right now.
Okay.
So
but the more I think about it,
by the time this airs, it
Flip
might
it right
be
now.
the Niners.
Take the Niners.
no, Sunday morning
Take
when he
them.
calls, I
Take the Niners.
may have enough guts to do it.
Okay.
Shout out to the time we parked at Candlestick Park. Remember that one?
Yeah.
No one told us that we're in the most dangerous area
Yeah.
in the world. We were like sleeping
The
in the
RV.
abandoned
Yeah.
Candlestick Park parking lot in an RV. People look at us like we had 10 heads when we said we were doing that.
You didn't get hurt. You didn't get harmed, did you?
No,
No.
but we were told it was not a good place.
We also had to.
This is after the stadium was gone.
We had an RV in San Francisco. We had to basically drive around the city because
Couldn't go up a hill.
Go up a hill, you
Oh yeah, you
bottom
done.
out.
You tear up everything.
We would be 200 yards away from where it had to be. It would take 3.5 hours trying to find
Go around
routes
Now,
where everything was flat.
I played there, but we practiced way, way away. But when we were there for the Super Bowl, I never smelled so much weed in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, is it just open season there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, it's stupid where the Niners don't play near San Francisco. It's like an hour away.
Yeah, Santa Clara. Yeah.
This is Santa Clara back there.
Let's finish with the Tuesday night football game. The Cowboys at the Ravens. Deion, your guy Lamar Jackson will be back.
He'll be back?
Yeah, I
oh,
think so.
That's
I
it.
think-
That's all.
I think
That's
so.
what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'll
He's
take
expected to be back, yes.
the Ravens have to win eventually, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens are going to win this game.
All right, the Ravens across the board. We're going to get to the primetime picks in just a second, but first let's go out to the Fantasy Football Factory Minute with the guys on the podcast.
And we are back. The Fantasy Football Factory Fantasy Minute of the Week.
Week 13, that's bad luck.
Bad luck, especially if you have any black cats, as in Panthers are on a bye. So if you're replacing Speedster Robbie Anderson, I recommend you replace him with some more MPH. Michael Pittman.
Good call. I'll book that. Speaking of good book, Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6. The lion shall dwell with the lamb. On my motherfucking bench. Bench CeeDee Lamb and that lion, DeAndre Swift.
Nick, thank you for your unwavering faith, but you also have to have faith in the waiver. You might have lost out on a cool T. Higgins earlier this year, but now is your chance to get a Kuti of your own. Kiki Kuti.
You're starting to sound like a bird, which reminds me to start the birds on the sound, the Puget Sound. The Seahawks are going to run up the score this week on the G-Men, and they're going to have to start saying amen because they don't have a prayer.
I don't know about that, Nick. The Giants play that gritty Patrick Beverly-style defense, and while we're on the topic of the Pats taking a charge, I think Keenan Allen stays hot against a very beatable New England secondary.
And then the sleeper of the week, can we please get a drum roll?
I don't have a sleeper this week.
I don't
have any.
Next
this
week.
We'll
week.
get one next
Yeah.
week. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, fellas. Let's get into the primetime picks of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. Here's our strongest pick brought to you by the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So last week, Dan, we decided that because you did lose the week before, we no longer can get you a real Chevy Silverado, but we're going to get your son a mini one.
Yep.
And you did win last week with the Giants.
Yep. And I'm going to go 16-1. I mean, it's just such a shame that Kirk Cousins, Mike McCarthy smashing that watermelon ruined the dream. The Raiders this week, though, that's going to be an easy one. That's going to be very, very easy.
Okay. Dave?
I'll take the Dolphins.
And Deion?
I have no idea.
Doesn't really matter.
Do you want help? Do you want help?
Yeah, give me.
We're all just backing
I'll
Dan.
give you some help.
Give me one.
You actually can take Kansas City. You haven't taken Kansas City yet.
I haven't taken Kansas City yet.
They're going to beat the Broncos.
You know how we do that? Well, I guess with Dan with the mini Silverado, but ain't nobody care about me and Deion's picks in this segment.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've lost 10 times already.
But Dan's son definitely cares about his picks.
16-1 is still on the books for me.
And originally you were supposed to just go 16-0.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. If I had done Deion's bye week, I'd still be in it.
If it wasn't brought to my
try to give
attention,
it to
but you do have to complete the NFL season.
All right, guys, anything else?
No.
That could be. This is subject to change. This is all subject to change.
All your picks?
Everything that
Not
Deion has said
everything,
today
just
is
one.
subject to change.
Just
Life
one
is
pick.
subject to change.
Yeah.
all your picks are subject
Just
to change.
one pick is subject to change.
Bill Parcells, I reserve the right to change my
Yes.
mind.
That's
Yeah.
true. And thank you, Glenny Balls. Weather guy, we didn't use him very much this week. We'll have to use him a little bit more.
I apologize for that.
Oh, yeah, Glenny, give us the weather in Tennessee.
My sheet's over there, but I think it's going to be clear in Tennessee.
Great.
It's gonna be like 40 degrees. From what I remember.
Good job, Glenny.
From what I remember, yeah, we're talking 40 degrees, zero precipitation, partly cloudy in Nashville.
Great.
Okay. What's the capital of North Dakota?
The Dakotas screw me up, but I think it's Bismarck.
I mean, I have no idea.
And South Dakota.
We don't know, Glenny.
We don't know. That sounds right.
The Dakotas are my main problem with the capitals,
Isn't
and I think
that-
it's Bismarck and Pierre, but don't quote me on that.
Couldn't you figure that?
Glenny,
You just
like,
take like 10 minutes and just be like, this is what they are?
No, I actually have as bad. Sometimes when you have something in your head, you
just
and
can't
then
get
you
it out?
outthink. Yeah, you go back.
When you're
and
put,
forth.
you're put on the spot.
Glenny, what's your
You're put on the spot.
logo, Glenny? Because I can't wait to get your apparel. It's not a pair of balls on your logo or not.
No, we haven't decided the logo yet. The logo
It's
is
beach
still
balls.
in preparation.
Just two beach
Okay.
balls?
Two beach
Two
balls.
beach balls with like a palm tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a palm tree under it
Oh.
or
So it's
Yeah.
because it's Glenny?
Yeah,
ball?
I mean, it's balls, yeah.
The balls.
balls. Yeah.
Balls.
All right. All right, well, there you have it. Let's send it out to these three. Maybe Deion will change his picks. We're live on
Change them all. You can change them all.